think it's most definitely my ISP. I remember Cyber Chase.
Wait, remember Cyber Chase?
Yes.
It was PBS's Emmy Award-winning math-based media project created by New York's 13WNet channel that aired on January 21st, 2002. Math-based media project sounds like the last thing I would have wanted to watch as a kid, but
bro, that shit was lit.
PBS put some of their secret PBS sauce in the show because they
that shit was lit.
Interesting enough to not only capture my tiny child brain, but actually make learning an enjoyable experience for me. Almost to the point I would literally feel betrayed that the series was teaching me things, but I do have a soft spot for infotainment media as long as I never feel like I'm forcefully being spoon-fed some smart casserole, if that even makes sense. And
makes sense.
To the TV to
That's 6.
brain, not learn math. The series starred 3 kids, Jackie, Matt, and Inez.
That's
who
3.
Were transported into cyberspace by Motherboard.
I fucking hate that bitch.
Fight against Hacker and his latest schemes to take over cyberspace. They must work together as a team with the help of their cybird friend Digit to ensure that Motherboard maintains her reign. So get closer to the screen.
So Motherboard is a tyrant, and Cyber and Hacker.
Right into Fringe.
Hold on. Motherboard is a tyrant, and Hacker was an anarchist.
Where I hold
Makes
you
sense.
hostage and make you listen to me talk about children's television for the next handful of minutes, and you're gonna enjoy it.
Your dad will be real proud.
Debut
Our protagonists
intro.
are Jackie, Matt, and Inez, the 3 human children that are dragged into cyberspace by the cyber deity Motherboard. Yes, that's right, they are literally dragged in cyberspace after messing around with a digital map at a library. When they did so, they allowed our main villain of the series, Hacker, to infiltrate Mommyboard. I mean Motherboard.
What?
Sorry. I don't know what that was. So Motherboard brings them into cyberspace so that they can help defeat her greatest enemy and retrieve her kidnapped technician, Dr. Marbles. With the help of Digit, a robotic cybird, the 3 of them are given squawk pads, which Mommyboard says are walkie-talkies and drawing boards rolled into one. They go on a quest in which they must use their mapping skills on an unfamiliar island to rescue Dr. Marbles. Don't ask why this all-powerful cyber god needs to kidnap 3 human children to protect her. It's not important. You think
What's
that
this random nigga?
In the established cyber universe, she may be able to find
Nigga built like T Grizzly.
I don't know. Someone with a fully developed brain who isn't a kid, or like maybe someone with a little bit of muscle that could just go and beat up Hacker. Like, we see and explore so much of the cyber world called cyber sites. There's a carnival site, a site where everything is giant, even a Greek mythology site, Cyber Halloween Town, the Wild West site, and so much more. So
I remember the Wild West episode.
Hercules or any of the various scary Halloween monsters to protect her. But yeah, it's for the sake of the plot, and thinking back on it, I didn't really seem to care as a kid, and I really don't seem to care as an adult. I'm just here for the ride.
Hacker alert! Hacker alert!
This shit a little too high definition.
Jackie is voiced by Nuvi Edwards for the majority of the series. She likes to be neat and organized, but can be dramatic and prone to spiraling when things move out of her control. While she can be a bit of a stickler for control and cleanliness, she is very well rounded. She's athletic with her passions in running and gymnastics. She also loves rocks and cares about the environment a lot. Her more control-esque behaviors, however, are never really an issue, and her friends know what to say to help get the team to the next step in times of crisis. Inez is voiced by Anik Obensawen. She is the youngest of the trio, but she carries a lot of weight for the group. She is much more analytical than Matt and Jackie, coming across as the smartest in the group. Her vocabulary is incredibly strong as she speaks both English and Spanish. Her one thing though is that she does hate ever being wrong. Inez and Jackie are good friends, and she kinda has a casual flirting situation happening with Matt, apparently.
Oh, she's trying to
member of the trio is Matt, voiced mainly by Jacqueline Pillen. He is a country boy who likes sports, Greek mythology, and skateboarding. Oh, now I get why Inez likes him. It's the skateboarding. It's always the skateboarding. Some of Matt's lesser traits
Yo, those skateboards are fire.
the skateboarding. It's always the
damn, okay. Oh my god. That shit fire. That shit fire.
Some of Matt's lesser traits are his impatience, impulsivity, and being an Aries. Just kidding, I have no clue what I'm talking about when it comes to zodiac signs. Our main villain,
and being
Hacker,
an Aries. Yeah, that makes sense.
Is a tall cyborg with a green complexion, and Hacker, or the Hacker as he prefers, is a tall cyborg with a green complexion and itty bitty tiny little leggies.
T Grizzly.
Mad genius Doc Brown himself, Christopher Lloyd, he's one of the most enjoyable characters in the series, and honestly, what what kept my attention the most. With the help of his robot sidekicks Buzz and Delete,
Nigga built like a
doing most of
hiccup.
the heavy lifting, he hopes to achieve his evil goals of seizing control of cyberspace by taking out Motherboard, who is currently in control. He was actually invented by Dr. Marble himself to be an assistant for Motherboard and worked under her for a while. In that time, he also created Digit, who was voiced by Gilbert Godfrey. Then, due to some creative differences, he and Motherboard had disagreements. Hacker believed that the creation of cyberspace was thanks to his hard work and tried to usurp her to take over. His assistant, Digit, then turned against him and returned to work for Motherboard, eventually coming to be sort of an
snake-ass
assistant to
nigga.
her protectors, as we are familiar with now Jackie, Matt, and Inez. There's quite
I forgot their name. I deadass forgot their name.
Created by the PBS station 13, also called WNet, after the station was awarded a $50,000 grant from the National Science Foundation in August of 1996. In an interview with Sandra Shepard, executive producer and director, she mentions that at the time, WNet was just getting back into kids programming. So the series was created because of those working at 13 noticed that there weren't a lot of math-based television shows. I wonder why. They used
Nobody
the grant
wanted
money
that
to fund
shit.
the series, which revolved around the concept of a protagonist using logic and problem solving over and over. Inspired by the world building of Star Wars, they decided to set their show in a vast cyber world where there could be endless adventures for their protagonists. They decided to use a cross-platform approach and make the series larger than just public broadcast. Incorporating the virtual world into the series was a perfectly timed idea. With computers becoming commonplace in households, libraries, and schools, at some point in the average early 2000s week, kids would have some sort of interaction with the internet. From the beginning, they planned to make the series interactive. Along with the TV series, there were web games, online video and in-video games, smart board applications.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
And even mobile games. Production began after the grant in 1996, and in 1999, when it was conceptualized, feedback and polling for the pilot episode was conducted. And lucky us, PBS archived that feedback. Initially, Jackie's name was going to be Julie, and Matt was going to be Kyle. Jackie's name was changed to be more unique, and Matt's name was changed because apparently Kyle wasn't a country boy name back in the day. It definitely is now. From there, they made their changes and produced the pilot episode. The unaired pilot episode is pretty much the same as the series that developed after. We are thrown right into the action when Jackie being dragged into cyberspace while making breakfast. But she seems to be used to this, as she quickly recuperates, joining Inez and Matt in figuring out how to help Motherboard in defeating Hacker's evil plans. The only big difference in the pilot is Motherboard's design.
Yo, what if Motherboard pulled you in while you was having sex?
Terrifying and soulless CGI eyes.
Oh.
I rather prefer her later design, which is much more I like it. Picasso. The WNet channel, being the little math nerds they are, went about collecting data to show the success of the series. In 2011,
That was the weirdest
they
thought that
found
ever
they
came
covered
out my head.
86% of US television households, with the series being equally watched by both boys and girls. Because it was PBS and cable was not a requirement to view the series, they had a very strong reach to households across the board. Cyber Chase Online on PBS Kids Go was a huge part of their outreach program. Their mixed media approach, which was highly interactive and hands-on, proved to be part of their immense success in both teaching kids and appealing to what they wanted to see. There were dozens of games to play. While I will say that these games were marketed as educational, you know that little Jordan went through all of them, trying to find the games that used as little problem-solving skills as possible. But you know, it was on PBS, so I have to be learning something, right? Cyber Chase games walked so cool math games can run. There was also a Cyber Chase For Real, a live-action segment at the end of every episode. In it, one of our two main characters, Bianca or Harry, would show how the concept explored in the episode could actually be used in real life. While the production value was low,
I want me some Bianca.
Addition to the end of every episode and really pulled together each concept.
That's cutting it way too close for me.
WPBS Kids.
If the series having 13 seasons and over 130 episodes wasn't enough to tell you how successful it was, maybe the data will clue you in. And yeah, and you heard that right. As of 2022, the series has entered its 13th season. It is still going on. The series pulled over 4 million viewers per week for each episode. Cyber Chase was a huge success, and it would have to be for it to continue for over 20 years. One thing that they attribute to its success is that each plot draws on conflicts that kids of the target age group, 8 to 11, would have been experiencing. It also draws on very traditional and clear-cut good versus evil tropes, with a series that relies on a young audience, making sure that it was as black and white as possible made it easy to follow along. While for
These
my
niggas
adult
are the
brain, series
Power
can be a
Rangers
little
for
mind-numbing
non-cable
now, I have to
niggas.
remind myself that this wasn't made for me as an adult, and kids are watching this. The different worlds that they visited and revisited really helped establish a world that felt fully fleshed out and immersive. It also offered the writing team anything that they wanted to focus the plot around, with a whole cyber world of possibilities, so nothing ever felt too boring or repetitive. The three main characters sometimes adopt what I call the Dora voice when they talk in an over-expositional manner, as if cluing in the young audience to what they should be thinking about. But that's usually just something that the main characters teaching the lesson have to deal with. Hacker and Digit are highly unique secondary characters that are meant to be fun, so their unique and highly stylized voices fit their designated roles perfectly. At the time of Cyberchase's ascent into the world of public broadcast, it really solidified
Look at
its
Digit.
place as
Digit's
an
so
iconic and
goddamn
influential
trippy.
series due to it really getting its timing right with introducing the concept of cyberworld in an age where it was gaining popularity and accessibility. Because it was accompanied by a whole slew of online games and integration of technology in classrooms,
Look at this
the
trippy
series
ass
was
nigga.
everywhere. It was
Hey, he got
accessible because
BBL
it was
before
free.
BBLs
It
was
was
like
unique and
popular.
really embraced a world
And Hacker had the drip too. Come on now, bro. Hacker was a trippy ass nigga.
of new exploration and fun, easy to follow adventures, so it makes sense why it has the longevity that it has. Kids now need to learn the same things that kids needed to learn 20 years ago. So
All right, bro. Hold on. All right.
while a 14th season has yet to be confirmed, it's likely that the series will continue, as the latest season has been performing very well in terms of reviews and viewership. There's also lots of merch available online at PBS, Cyberchase trading cards, and there's also this rare Digit Cyberchase plushie. I feel like I need it. So with all of its success and profitability, it's most likely that we will keep seeing Cyberchase in the future as it evolves to stay relevant in our digital age. I'm looking forward to those metaverse episodes. But
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I got control.
The show. It's
I got
built
control
upon
my
when you
buying.
got to experience the show
Feel
before
me?
you grew out of it. So everyone may have their own experience and time with the series. I had my time growing up with it, and while going back to it, it clearly isn't for me anymore. I still have my fond memories and nostalgia for it. It's a nice revisit to look back and feel all those warm, nostalgic feels. But as far as substance to take from, you'll most likely find nothing. But let me know if you have any memories with the show, and are you
That show was
surprised that the
fucking
show
fire.
is still going on? That literally was
That show
like
was
the
fucking
biggest
fire.
shock to me. But thanks so much for watching. Make
I'm
sure to hit the like
surprised.
button and subscribe with notifications on for more content like this. Click the join button to become a member and help support the channel. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll be back with another video soon. But until then, later.
Oh, stop it.
Wait, remember...